Mathmech League being back into action for you today. Mermails are not far behind, and is that Tenpai? Make sure you guys smash the link, crap out that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So the TCG has been looking forward to seeing what Mathmech can actually do, because the minute that Circular rotated back into our format, people were going to be trying this madness out here, wanting to see, hey, what cool ideas can we actually bring to the table? Well, that's what we're looking at here. Now, we did lose the Link 1, which was a pretty big disappointment, but that doesn't stop Mathmech from wanting to combo out here, because this deck is going to turbo through its resources and do its thing. And also, one of the big additions that this deck now has going for it is going to be the Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed is going to get you 2 bodies on the field, get you all that little free extra value, and we've kind of come and appreciate how good that this card actually is. You also do see that we are playing Small World in this deck. You do have to make some concessions when playing this. You do have to be able to bridge the gap. I mean, pretty much everything in here will get you into any part that you're going to need in order to kind of keep this deck going and so forth. You also do notice we are playing Santa Claus in here. This is a pleasant side deck choice to see for the first time in a while. So for OTKs, I mean, you're doing the access code. I see we're also doing the Neo Tempest Terahertz in here as well, which is kind of a cute thing. Of course, G Golem to revive and be able to do the stack up into the bigger boss monsters. And of course, I mean, most of this deck's game plan is just going to be access code, transcode talker, BS, OTKs, and try to clear out your opponent. Obviously, this deck can net some resources off of Heat Soul, get you to places, but also don't forget how good Laplace actually has been. We've definitely seen the fact that, you can do the super factorial, disruption play with this, and basically you're going to be in a stupid good position usually when this resolves. So do I think that this deck is consistent? I don't know. I think it's an option for the meta, and you need about as many options as you can really think about getting in order to try out and have the best results. Oh, we have Mermail for you today. Now, you've got a lot of people that have been trying a lot of different options with this list. Now, the craziest part about this list is we're not doing Snowdust Giant, and we're not doing the Magic Key monster. They're just foregoing any sort of advantage that you might need unless, you're trying to do some stealth Kraken plays out here. And well, let's be honest, I don't really see that working out for you, especially on turn 1. So we're just not even worrying about this whole advantage tree at this point in time. What we are going to be focusing on here, though, is Stream and the one title that you get with this. Now, I don't hate the idea of playing the Water Dragon Ruler in here. Actually, it's pretty good that Stream does get you the discard here and then the ability to blast out the title, which is good. It does get a lot of good free advantage going for you, and that's going to be fine. Where this deck feels a little bit weird is, well, I guess this is the new game plan now, because the whole thing, Konami leaving the Water Barrier statue just now makes this deck go, oh, hey, now we target, blow this thing on out, and of course, it's really easy to do because Prima Donna, as long as you get the Minstrel rip out of the opponent's hand, or something along those way, you get the chance to initially set up and do your thing. So, okay, I mean, free Water Barrier statue. No first turn detaches. We're focusing on the Marksman in here. That's an interesting choice. I guess post side decking that, like, having the pop options go with this. We're also side decking the Virtue Stream, which is fine. And then, of course, you got the rest of the standardized hand trap lineup that you could want to see. Also, we are packing Indominuses into the main deck, which I think is fine as well. Interesting choices for a list. That is for sure. Next up here, wow, we actually have Tenpai for you. Now, I am actually kind of incredibly surprised to see that we've gone through a reduction here on Pydros. Pydra is one of the best monsters that this deck has going for it, but you're playing Tenpai Kashtira at this point, the way it seems. So maybe cutting back on this to make room is fine, because you know, you don't want to be dead drawing this because, I mean, you got two valid targets, right? You got this and you got this. These are the only two that you're going to be really accessing off of the Tenpai package, because everything else is going to feel kind of clunky. So I can understand, you know, seeing a shift around on these numbers out here to get you into the more consistent side of things. Now, obviously, with this package here, you are going to get access into the Draco Sack. The Draco Sack turns into the Cherubini, and, well, you turn on into the Promethean package, and you're basically going to start trying to play the game that way. Because, you know, Mr. Cherubini sends a level 3. So, well, you know, you can thank Konami for actually just allowing the Kashtira package to backdoor bridge into this, which bridges on into this. Freaking fun things for 500, everybody, that you really wouldn't think about. But that just ensures that, you know, as long as this deck is consistent and it does get its OTK push, your opponent's not going to be doing anything to you, man. You've done the initial big explosion play that this deck is supposed to do. I also see, I mean, obviously you want as many board breakers as you can here, but also with the way that this format is structured, you have to rely on hand traps here to be your friend. And I'm not going to be the first person to tell you, if you're not playing hand traps right now, or at least a great amount of them, you're trying to play the Sky Striker build, it's not going to work out for you. The Sky Striker build is too fragile right now. And that's a real shame, because you would think, looking at the way the meta is, you might have a little bit better of a chance, but no. We're just in an awkward position right now in the meta. To be expected, I guess. Ooh, some standardized decks for you. Now, this build is not going to last for very long. I'm going to be up front and honest with you, because the minute that Alliance Insight touches down out here, a lot more people are going to be testing out so many other ideas, all right? And once you do get to that other meta and you start to see, oh, hey, you know, now we can test out this idea, you know, we can adjust to this idea, and, you know, you've got all of these different things that are going to change with this. Now, in terms of your tech choices, the Bestial argument's been kind of crazy, this format. As you see, we are doing one Baldrake, one Durisworm, one Magna. This is no different than what some of these builds were doing last meta, but this build is still playing the triple Lubellion, and we are doing the branded regain stuff in here just to be able to, you know, use Regain's power to reset our resources. I think that this card's pretty freaking stupid out here, just for what you can do with this. Now, you're also going to notice, holy Fiendsmith package. That's right. We're going with triple Fiendsmith tracked in here, just to be able to get to that Fiendsmith package and do your thing. And that's all you could ever actually hope for, especially, you know, when you've got the turbo options going for you. This is looking pretty good. Also, we've got all of our Charmies accounted for down here. I also see that we have the Lancias here as well to bring in off of the Sanctum, so that, you know, you can put that extra little pressure on your opponent. Especially if you are running into a lot of other Malice, you got to be very careful, because if you don't have outs of this, or, you know, you're judging this format, you're like, oh, you know, Malice isn't going to be a real challenger. I think you're going to run into a lot of problems. Also, the fact that Tact Talents is sided is freaking hilarious. But this is just another result of what we've been seeing in the course of this format right now. You know, it's either you're main decking this card and reaping the massive advantage that it is, or you're side decking it. All right, and our last list here is more Mitsurugi Rizal. I have been seeing a lot of Mitsurugi Rizal out here. A lot of people are testing out a lot of cool variations of this deck right now, because, you know, it's exciting. Now, obviously, we have more support right around the corner for this deck, which is going to kind of change the way that this deck plays. You also do see, you know, maximizing on the 7 Tachyons in here. You know, losing all these engine pieces, the 2 did hurt the consistency of the deck. You do see we are relying on the 1 Crossout Designator still in here, but I mean, holy one-ofs, Batman. I mean, A Called by the Grave, High Tac Talents, you know, good cards. We're also only focusing on 1 Ami no Murakumo and 1 Futsu. I really do like the 2 Ame in this list. I usually think you want to have the 2 Ame, because, you know, having the ability to recycle these things is very, very stupid. Also, we're playing Dynamondo in here. We've reached the point right now that Dynamondo is a really cute option that you can throw around at your opponent. I can't say that I really expected that idea. It's definitely something, that's for sure. Also, I'd like to give a shout out here to King of the Feral Imps. Even though this list should be playing multiples of this, it's only choosing to play one of it. It's crazy because this is one of your best search cards you could ever actually have. But I mean, you've reduced your ritual package greatly. So I guess maybe you'd be dead drawing and you don't really want to bulk down on that. Having a better extra deck resource is probably going to be a better thing. But what do you guys think about these lists? A lot of cool things here to be had, but please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.